Welcome to my obscure Bizarro channel where I use personal ciphers that I do not share on Facebook or social media and so forth. And we're going to look at tomorrow. You on this channel, y'all know of, hang on, person that I have the mathematical anomaly 1 with, and how she and I's combined number times each year has the mathematical anomaly of middle rotating numbers. When I met her in 2005, it was at the end of 16 years of the rotation of 626, 126. This goes on to infinity. And then it was 16 years of 627, 127. And then last year began 628, 128 as it bumps up a year. And when you do it times Trump's year, there's 88s as bookends. We've shown you all this many times. What I'd like to look at now, just out of curiosity, is was there a 2-2 when we met? It was a 227. Yeah, but that's nothing. Is there a 226 or 622 anywhere? I don't know. I'll have to pause and look at that at the very end. So let's take a look at this person will be 18500 days old tomorrow on the potential event. So they're born 1028, 1973, which is the Gateway Arch year. When you run her to Saturday, she's 18500 days old. And she is a perfect 444,000 in the hours. That's the prime number for the church personified. Because 37 is the prime number for the church, it goes into 666, divides into all of them, 999, 777, 111. It's 12th prime number. 12th number for the church. 37 is the 12th prime number. When you do 37 times 12, you get 444. And she will be the 444,000, which is another way of saying the 144,000. She'll be that many hours old on this Saturday, this 622. And I've shown y'all how my number, born 7 times 6 times 1961, whoops, 7 times 6 times 1961 divides evenly by 37. And it's 2,226, 222. But there's your 2, TO, comma, the 22nd of June, which is how most countries write the date. We do month, day, year, and most countries do day, month, year. So she is the perfect, she's the perfect 18, which is 6 times 6 times 6, and then 500, which is Antichrist and Strong's Concordance, 500. And her birthday being the Gateway Arch date as Bill Gates, Gateway Arch, birthday, 1028. It is also when the St. Louis Gateway Arch opened. She just turned 50, obviously, on 1028. Front Row Info does videos on how 1028 is the Gateway Arch date. And there was a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse on her birthday. And so here it is. If we look at how many days from her birthday. But anyway, she's the perfect 18,500. 500 is Antichrist and Strauss Concordance G500, which is the opposite of 5G technology and so on and so forth. If we run her birthday, ooh, it's perfect murder code, 128 days. 128 is murder. Because my friend was murdered on May 8th, 1978, the 128th day of the year. My goodness gracious. And from her lunar eclipse birthday of 10/28, when she turned 50, it's 18 weeks, 2 days. Again, 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. Did I say 6 times 6? It's 6 plus 6 plus 6. Goodness gracious, folks. When you look at, we've already shown you in previous videos that Trump will be 500 on the rising day and match the address of One World Trade Tower, 285. He'll be 28500, 28,500 days old. If you run me to this rising day of 624, wow, I'm 22,999 days old. Goodness gracious. I just, I don't know, man. In the weeks, it's 3, 2, 8, 5. Now, my other friend that I have the mathematical anomaly with, where she turned on 3/11, 2022, she turned 13463 days old, which are the first 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number. Because Trump is 6 times 14 times 1946, so his number is 163464. And I'm 7 times 6 times 1961, so my number is 82362. Trump and I's combined number. She turned that many days old, the first 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number, on this March 11th, which March 11th is opposite 9/11 on a circular calendar. It was also 2 years previous when they pulled the event when Trump locked down the country. Now, Trump and I's combined number has 322 in the middle. It ends in 1968, which they faked 2 events that year, MLK, RFK. Well, again, she turned 13463 days old on March 11, 2022. 33 days later, Mystery Babylon's number, I turned the next 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number days old. 22196 days old. 33 days after that was a total lunar eclipse. So we've been tracking that date. And let's look at it till to tomorrow. There it is, 3/11. God. And when you think about it, 3/11 to 622, that's doubling. 3/11, double 3/11, 622. If you run that date, 3/11 to 622, it is 834 days, which is, when you look at gematria, 834. We're going to look up, I think I've already got this over here, if I'm not mistaken. When we look up murder, it's 34. In full reduction, it's 83 in reverse ordinal. Let's go back. 834 days. So it's a fusion of murder in 2 different gematria ciphers. It's 119 weeks, which is Donald in simple gematria 119. Literally saying murder Donald with all these numbers we're looking at. It's 2 years, 3 months, 11 days. Again, from 3/11, it's 3/11. TO 3/11. 27 months, 11 days. If you look to his rising day on the 24th, It's 836. Remember, my Groundhog Day divorce date is 8036. 2 times 2 times 2009, 8036. There's your 836. The months and days, it's 313. 2 years, 3 months, 13 days. Oh, goodness gracious. Now we have tracked that. Yeah. What else? This is just fascinating. So if that's the 311, then 33 days later, mine fell on April 13th, which was the 10-year anniversary of the Lord pulling me out of the world. Let's run the 33 days later, and that's to the, again, to the event day. Let's run it. 801. 2 years, 2 months, 9 days. And remember, I'll be 22999. It's 801 days when I saw the dark night on 801 on a total solar eclipse on August 1st, 2008. It would be 803 on the rising day. 2 years, 2 months, 11 days. Let's go look at the next set of 33s. If you remember, it was a total lunar eclipse. Remember, her and I mathematical anomaly, it took place on March 11th, 2022. Then 33 days later, on April 13th, 2022, and then 33 days later, there was a total lunar eclipse. So we started tracking that. So the total lunar to tomorrow, 768 days. It's 2 years, 1 month, 6 days, which is Antichrist, 6 times 6 times 6, and James Bond's car tag. To the rising day of the 24th, it is 770 days, 2 years, 1 month, 8 days, or 218. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. It's 110 weeks, which is the height of the twin trumps. 11:088 in the minutes. We're going to look at Lily's total solar. Well, let's go ahead and look, since we're in May, let's look at the flower full moon that Obama freaked out at when he was looking at. There it is. Goodness gracious alive. If it goes down, it's been there all along. 1 year, 1 month, 17 days. That's 1117. That's a 1117. For Zechariah 11:17, the right eye utterly darkened Bible verse. That's the flower full moon that makes Obama's eyes bug out. We told you it was going to happen or he was going to rise on that. Nope. After it didn't happen, we told you it was a mathematical. And then 117 days later, which is the rising, Revelation 11:7, beast rising from the pit, was on the blue moon. Let's now run the blue moon of last August 30th to the rising day. Let's see if it's a hit. 299. If you include both dates, it's a perfect 300. 7176 in the hours. Let's go back and look at Lily's total solar. And let's run that back to the 22nd event day. 429 days. 1 year, 2 months, 22 days. 14 months, 2 days. My Mayday friend that I have that second anomaly with She's 142.97. Oh, she's got Antichrist. It's 39 years, 1 month, 21 days. 121 is Antichrist and Civil Gematria. By myself, 2 tomorrow. $62 years, 11 months, 16 days, 11/16. That's a 116 backwards, upside down, 9/11. But if you include both dates, me to tomorrow, I do have the 98. For the 98th verse is a white horse crowning verse. And it's 62 years, 11 months, 17 days, 11/17 coded again. Now, another person I know that has more ciphers than anybody else, I cannot give you, obviously, her name, her first name, middle initial, and last name, comes to 148, which is the exact same of Trump's first name, middle initial, and last name, 148. And she's born 3 times 19 times 1998. It begins with 11/3, which is when One World Trade Tower was established, representing rising. So she has that. She also has 138 in her number, which is Donald Trump and Simple Gematria. She has 88 in her number, which is Trump and Simple Gematria. And she has 86 at the end of her number, which means it's fused with the 88, which means 86 means to eliminate, to get rid of. So it's a death and rising all in her number. And she was born at 8:08 for 88 a.m. I cannot prove that to you, but at least what you're seeing here is fascinating. If we run her to the 86ing day, she's 26:33. 138 begins the minutes. 95.92 days. If we look at 95.92 times her number of 113,886, it's another cipher to look at, or another way to look at stuff. We do have the 33, 38, the 88. Single digit followed by 0. We multiplied it by GOD, 7154. Let's look at the rising. It'll be 95.94. There's your 6222, which is the reversing of what takes place. Well, that's the date, 6/22. Remember, my number divided by 37 is 2226, and she's got 6222 on his rising day. Another single digit followed by 0, multiplied by 7154. $66 book. 36. Anyway, it's fascinating. Her number that her year of birth is 37 years after mine, so she divides evenly. 113,886. She divides evenly also by 37, 3078. Single digit followed by 0. 2202, 0012. 222 code. Again, my 82362 divides evenly by 37, which is tomorrow's date, 2, the 22nd of June, how most countries do write it. If we look at me to tomorrow, 22,997. Again, let's run that. 22,997 times my number 82362. Got a pair of 89s in there. Those are personal ciphers of another kind. Now, again, one last thing I wanted to look at. My Mayday friend and I, who I had that second mathematical anomaly with, you see how it's 3285 in the weeks? I'm 3285 weeks old. That's the last three digits of both ladies that I have the mathematical anomalies with my combined number, 3285. Again, 5.5244. That my 10/28/1973 times me 82362. It ends in 328. Well, remember, it's 3285 weeks. Now, my Mayday friend is 9925. It's May 1st, 1985. Her number is 9925 times my number ends in 285, which is One World Trade Tower's number. Address 285 Fulton, and Trump will be 285 days old, 500 for Antichrist. See previous videos. Fused with the address of One World Trade Tower. So it's a fusion of the last three digits of both ladies that I have mathematical anomalies with. It's a fusion. It's 3285. That ends in 285. The other one again was 328, and I'm 3285 weeks old tomorrow. Again, my friend that I have the anomaly with, the first anomaly, the rotating numbers every other year, our number begins with 45, which is Trump's number, of course, followed by 500, which is Antichrist and Strong's Concordance. And just to show you, times Trump's year, 1946, there's 88, which is Trump and Simple Gematria as bookends. If you multiply us by, let's go times 1988 and see if the date's in there of 622, 9 followed by 0, single digit followed by 0, multiplied by GOD. You got 4 sevens and then the 86. You got an 88 and an 86, 86 and the 88, 159, 7, 7, 7, 7. And she's 159 begins her minutes old. Let's multiply she and I time. What's another big year? 2001: A Space Odyssey. So let's multiply she and I times 2001, the year they brought down. There's a 26,662. And it ends in 328, doesn't it? So it is. It's not June 22nd, though. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough, isn't it? So this will be the third video in the playlist on this channel that I do not share with my social media. The playlist is titled June 22nd Event Theory. There's 2 videos, so this will be the third. And we're just going to go ahead and call it a night. I'll be sleeping through that first event tomorrow. Oh, the rally is at 1:30 p.m. and my friend was murdered at 1:30 p.m. or pronounced dead at 1:30 a.m. I mean. So anyway, enough. How was volume? Did it ever? Stayed good. All right. Love y'all.